Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Alrighty, so I know today is a Wednesday, and normally you would get a Comfy Craft episode on Fridays, but since Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate, if you don't, pop off. But today we are going to do a special little episode, and obviously I'm here with the one and only. Hello,
Beetle Lion 48143 reporting. Beetle, yeah. It's me.
It's you. Alright,
I know.
So come join the world, and then I will show you what we have to do.
No, it's not her. She's not the one you want. I'm the one you want. It's me. It's me. I'm sorry. You're gonna get copyrighted.
Oh, by the Wicked movie. Okay, alright, so I want you to come inside, first off. Take off all your armor.
Oh my god, I just put my shoes on.
Take off all that armor, girl. You don't have to, put it away, but take it off.
Oh, yeah? You want me to take it off?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Release the eczema.
Ooh. Oh.
Come on.
Ooh.
Why do you have a peg leg?
Because it's Hiccup's leg.
Oh. Okay, hurry up. Come on.
Oh my god, mira. Espérate.
No, bitch.
Tranquilo, por favor.
Take it off.
I thought I did. What did I forget?
The torso and the helmet, bitch.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, now follow me. You and I.
Oh, your black bling's so cute.
Thank you. So, follow me.
I love that I can actually talk during these episodes now, because when we started filming these, I was sick as hell.
Take your place at the other side of the table.
Oh my gosh. These chairs are so cute.
Right. So this is our Thanksgiving little feast. It's only us two for this time, but hopefully next year we'll have more people.
Yes, to more people. Look at the cake.
But yeah, I want to know. Let's chat. So, what are you grateful for this year?
You mean thankful?
Yeah.
I'm thankful for... Well, let me think about this for a second, because I want to give an actual meaningful answer.
Okay. Let me eat this cake.
I don't want to give, I'm thankful for my friends, my family, because, in all honesty, I'm always thankful for my friends and my family. But I'm thankful for the opportunity to experience things from different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thankful for people who are willing to invest in... Oh my gosh, my boyfriend's calling me and he just kicked me out.
Oh, well, come back in. Well,
I'm thankful for him too. Thankful for Matthew.
Period.
Insert cute picture of me and Matthew on screen.
You're gonna have to send me
that. I'm gonna send it to you, don't worry. I'm thankful for people who I've been able to grow with, and people that I've been able to, meet every side of. Because I think whenever you're young, it's this main focus of, it's, your life. And, you're kind of just focused on things from your perspective and things from a one-track mind. Especially, in regards to, being put in this routine.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to school, you're living under someone else's routine. And then when you get older, it becomes your routine and who you want to be. Mm-hmm. And I think also growing up in, a Christian school and just, a sheltered, environment, going from that to a school with 80,000 people in it, that is very liberal.
Mm-hmm.
It was a culture shock of, me figuring out who I was and who I wanted to be. What I believed, what I thought was right and what I thought was wrong. Psst. Not what my parents thought were right and wrong. I would date people based off of,
Psst.
What?
Take a bite of the cake.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know. I would date people based off of what my parents would find accepting,
Mm-hmm.
or what my parents would accept. And then when I started to think about, what I loved and what I wanted to do, it made me a lot less anxious of a person, and it made me more open and more willing to experience life and not feel like I was in survival mode 24/7. It's always that anxiousness of I have this to do and I have this to do, and I'm like, you're like waiting for the days to pass, not like enjoying your time throughout it. So I'm
Mm.
thankful for having grown to be a different person, and thankful to have seen, and you especially, like,
Oh.
see the beautiful person that you've grown into and the person that you've become.
Oh.
you know like, I feel like our friendship has definitely like had a lot of hills and valleys to it. We've had an interesting ride, and I feel like the people we've become to, at the end of the day, this final evolution of our friendship is just stronger than it's ever been, and I'm so grateful for that.
Period.
You know,
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean,
that was beautiful.
but
I
yeah.
appreciate, but it's like, I don't know. We really are like, I think of like, if I think of like a movie we'd be in, I think we're like we're so frenemies coded,
I
because
have
like
yet
we're
to
not
see that movie.
like we're just like we're so like we've had our moments. Like, if we want to go into it, if this is more of like a podcasty type episode, we're testing out the podcast, I guess. I don't know.
Eat this.
But me and Itai met in ninth grade,
Mm-hmm.
where your young minds are very influenced how other people feel and being accepted by other people.
This is very true.
So Itai was always a very kind person and always a very bubbly and excited person. And I feel like me and you struggled with being a ray of sunshine in a bunch of clouds. Like, not a lot of people accepted us the way we were. And I feel like by the time I was in ninth grade, I had already had my light kind of snuffed out to a certain extent,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
And I cared more about the opinions of other people than I did about what truly made me happy.
Yeah.
And I felt like that affected our friendship to some bit, because who was definitely like a big wedge between us.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm gonna say.
No,
I'll bleep it. I'll bleep it.
they're real.
But yeah, I,
But
I do think that she was a very big nuisance, to say the least.
because I had been so conditioned into, like, it felt like Stockholm syndrome, to caring how she felt about me, and like seeking her approval. Is this a cow just like,
He is going at you.
I know,
Matthew has
girl.
injected himself into the game.
I know I'm a heifer, but no, you're wrong for that.
Let's see.
But
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
and I
Finish it.
felt, and like, you were like always so willing to reach out, always, and like you never gave up on me, even when I would just like not text you back. Like, you always just like, you know, trusted that there was a substantial friendship there.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to grow out of my pride
Mm-hmm.
to truly experience the wonderful person you are.
Aww.
You know?
I appreciate that.
Girl, it's the truth.
I mean, I'm okay. Thank you. That was beautiful, by the way. I'm
Yeah, I
very
don't want to
I'm
like.
very grateful for the person I've seen you become, because I feel like the person you were in high school is very different than the woman that is sitting across the digital table from me.
And I
I
think that's so weird to think about.
Yeah, I mean it is,
Because they
cuz
don't feel too different.
and that's you never do. That's why it's one of those things where when you look at a little kid photo of yourself, you're like, "Oh wow, I looked like that." And I think if you are a mature adult and you've grown to a certain extent, every time you look back, you're going to be like, oh, wow. But it's not what you think about daily. I don't think, oh, I am so different compared to the person I was 4 years ago. Which that's another thing, like, not to like jump ship, but also starting this January, it's gonna be 8 years that we've known each other. 8 years,
Yeah,
and that's crazy.
it is. I guess part of me like feels like part of me died almost. Like I mourn that side of myself
Mm-hmm.
because of the innocence attached to it. And I've been so conditioned from my parents that like I've changed so much and I'm like, you know, not the person I used to be. And I feel like part of me feels some dissonance there because,
Oh.
you know, that Julie is kind of dead, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like part of me is like I feel I guess there's such a dissonance to it because I don't feel like I've grown into something else. I feel like I died and gave birth to something new. You know what I mean?
It's almost like the closest thing I can describe it is like reincarnation.
Yeah, it's not like a plant being cut down and regrowing again. It's like I completely died and something else grew in that place.
Yeah.
Like it's like none of the values or ways that I was or really who I feel like I've always been a generous person
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I've always been a kind person, but I feel like at the end of the day I really was like only thinking of myself in certain ways. And I
Okay.
feel and I feel like my capacity to feel was based off of people pleasing, not genuine like care. It almost felt like, you know, exhaustion of just like feeling the need to execute this role of always like, being the advice person.
I
And
see.
I think I think it was because of my low self-esteem. And then I
Oh.
completely snap you know me and my self-esteem. But it completely snapped me into being a completely different person of like, you know, oh, I don't care about anything, like, da, 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 da. Like, and it became like, it was two different types of selfishness.
Mm-hmm.
The selfishness that I felt secretly, and then the selfishness I actually started to display. And then that's when I feel like that was me, like, growing into something. And then the me recently now is I feel like is the one that, like, died and came back. Because I feel like I'm not connected to any of that in any, but, at all anymore. Because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like when I talk to people, I genuinely care now. I feel connected to my life now. I don't feel like I'm a fraud.
That's
But I
good.
do I do some days, but
But at that point, that's a whole other topic discussion of like
yeah.
the battles that you have to fight almost daily. First off, eat your pie, eat your turkey leg.
Yes. I'm, I'm sorry, I didn't know what the vibe was. I was
No,
like,
you're
"Oh, we
fine. This is
talking."
perfect. And then here, I'll pass you the potatoes.
Is that cranberry sauce?
Yes, but you gotta pass me the cranberry sauce.
Okay. It's for you.
Thank you,
Oop.
thank you. But yeah, no, I think I am very grateful to see not only the person that you've become, but also I'm very happy to see the people that we love. The people we choose to let into our lives. I feel like has changed greatly. I myself have a beautiful partner, and I love them dearly. And I think that I would have never chosen this person if it was like the me from ninth grade, if it was the me from 8 years ago. But I'm so grateful that I've met you, I've met like our friends, and they have helped shape me into who I am today. And I feel like that's a very like sweet memory that I can have. And I feel like even some of our friends who have their rough patches, even some of the people that we might not always see eye to eye with, I'm still grateful for the time that they were in our lives, even if they're not in our
Yeah.
lives anymore. But
What
yeah,
would you say that you struggled with the most growing up and like how you feel like you've changed?
I think Okay, so when I was little, I was very much like I was raised by my mom because my dad was military and he was deployed all the time. So it led to a lot of very feminine adjacent actions and a lot of bullying just from a young age based on how I sounded, how I moved, I did a bunch of stuff. And I think it took so long for me to just accept that part of myself and accept the fact that, yeah, I am not the most masculine guy ever. But at the same time, that's okay
Yeah.
because I was very much under the impression of like a man does this, a man does that, a man does this, when in reality, like you go back a couple years, or like a couple decades, a couple like shit, and stuff that is seen as very like fruity was the norm. Like go back to the 80s and guys were wearing shorts and shit like that. Like stuff that I did that people considered weird it's just like growing up was realizing that I decide what I can do. I decide what I can wear. I decide how I will act. I am in control of that. And anybody else that tries to like kind of have that control and tries to tell me, "Hey, you can't do that." They can speak their piece, sure, because everyone's entitled to speaking how they feel. But at the same time, I don't have to let that affect me. I don't have to let that change me because at the end of the day I'm the person who decides what I do.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a stereotype for gender roles that a lot of people are afraid of, falling out of, which I think is like so close-minded. You have to understand that not everyone lives like you, feels the same way that you do about things, and I think that the best thing you can do is just have an open mind. I don't know. For me, mine is just I had a lot of like, I was never like the person that got like romantic attention or any attention in that way. And I just wanted to be liked because I felt like I never really like had like I don't know. I feel like I wasn't close to like people when I was younger. I always felt disconnected.
I see.
So I always tried so hard to be liked that I allowed myself to get walked all over just to be around people.
I'm glad that at this point you can safely say that, you do stand on business. You stand on that big business and you let yourself just be who you are and you're not going to take that. I'm very proud of you for that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck how people feel about me now. You can either be friends with me or you
Like
don't
that's your
be friends with
choice,
me. Like,
but it's not going to affect you,
like if you feel that way about me and you were like, I don't know. I feel like the people who stay are the people who mean something.
Yeah.
Where it's like, obviously you should fight for a friendship, but if you're being disrespected by someone and someone just doesn't fuck with you, like,
you can always approach even any disagreement, you can always approach it with respect and you can always approach it with decorum.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let someone, make me feel a type of way about myself that isn't true.
Exactly. And I think that's very bold. That's very brave. And like
I think
very mature.
very, very mindful.
Very mindful.
I don't know. I feel like it's always good to be respectful, but as Drew Alfalo said, like, if someone's being mean to me, I don't have to meet them with kindness.
Exactly. You meet people where they meet you.
Yeah, and I'm starting to learn that because I feel like I'm always the type that if someone's rude to me, I kind of like find myself apologizing compared to allowing myself to feel upset. And I feel like that's something that's helped me is allowing myself to feel wronged. And not always assuming that I've played a part in something.
Period. So we are filming this before Thanksgiving. You are going home for Thanksgiving, correct?
Yeah, that's closer to you, baby girl.
When are you leaving?
Probably the next day.
Okay, alright. Oh, so are you spending Thanksgiving
at my grandma's house?
Oh, okay.
It's like 20 minutes from you.
Say hi to the fog for me. But yes. Yeah, the green fog.
That's fucked up, bitch.
How is it fucked up? How is it? It was a self-analyzation. It was a self-roast on her part.
Yeah, she kind of did herself dirty on that one.
I will never forget the first time. You know, now we're at, I guess, at the part of a funny story.
No, you can't tell this story. You're not allowed to put my grandma under the bus like this.
Fine, then you tell the story. Just.
I'm not telling the story. We're gonna leave it at the green fog. We're gonna leave that at the green fog.
All I gotta say is there was a rascal involved, and there was a fart involved.
You're crazy. Etai farted.
I did not. The green fog did. All right.
Oh my god.
Point being, let's see.
You met your match.
I did, and her name is.
No, bleep that out.
I will.
My grandma.
I'm gonna dox her.
Don't. You just put a picture of her house.
But yeah, well, I mean, this has been a shorter episode because normally they're about like 30 minutes long.
Oh, we're ending it already?
I mean, look at the table. We ate.
Oh.
But that's okay.
We're not gonna go on the cousin walk.
Oh. I wish. I don't have the add-on for that though. Also, I can hear you
jingling.
Yeah. She's okay, so Julie is making a balaclava, aka a BDSM hat.
No!
I'm kidding. She's making a very pretty art piece of a hat.
I'll send you a picture.
She's gonna send me a photo. I'll put it up now. And she's shown it to me already, and I think it's very good. I think it's very well made. And I just want to say thank you for coming to Thanksgiving dinner with me.
Thank you for having me. I'm thankful for being your friend.
Thank you. I'm thankful for you too. Alrighty, everybody. With that being said, this has been Etai and Julie on our Thanksgiving episode. And we hope you have a lovely morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you are watching this.
And have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Period.
Hug your loved ones and don't talk about politics.
Period. And that's on period. With that being said, we'll see you next week. Alrighty, everybody. Bye.